So, can you repeat your question, please?
What is the easiest and simplest way to get enlightened?
See, what is the easiest and simplest way to get enlightened? Right?
Yes.
Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam chitta shodakam mukti sadakam. Do all the work as an offering to God. Ishwararpitam. Okay? You have to do some work, right? As a housewife, as an officer, everything you do as an offering to God. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam. There's no attachment to the result. Everything is the grace of God. You start living it. It is a simple thing which you can integrate with your life. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam chitta shodakam mukti sadakam. Do all your work as an offering to Bhagavan, Ishwara. Nechaya kritam. Whatever result comes, don't get it. Whatever comes, favorable, unfavorable, success and failure, blame and name, just accept as a grace of Ishwara. That's called life surrender to God. Is it simple to integrate with your life? Did you get my question?
Yes, Guruji.
Is it very simple, no?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, he tells a lot of things to Arjuna. So, Arjuna, 700 slokas, he kept on teaching, bombarding Arjuna. Finally, he'll tell one conclusion of Bhagavad Gita sloka. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma shuchaha. Arjuna, drop all dharmas. Surrender to me. I'll free you from all sins. This is the concluding teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Final teaching. Surrender to God, a life surrendered to God is freedom. When you say aham sarvam sarvam, Krishna or Bhagavan, life surrender to Bhagavan, God. Whatever you do, as a housewife, you have to take care of children, husband, or go to the job, eat food, do everything as an offering to God. Is there anything simpler than this? So, sarva dharman parityajya means not dropping dharma. Arjuna is a kshatriya. Krishna doesn't say don't become kshatriya. Follow kshatriya dharma. But sarva dharman parityajya means sarva karman parityajya. Drop all actions. Oh, I'll sit idle. I don't do anything. No, that's also not required. Sarvan karatya, all actions. Sarva karman parityajya means drop the doership. Your doership is your problem. The very question you are asking, what should I do to get liberation? You don't have to do anything. The what should I do? The doership is the question. Did you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you are not the doer, what should I do is the irrelevant question. Okay? Your problem is, our problem is we don't understand that God is the doer through this. We take the ownership of our actions. We take the doership of our actions. That's the problem. If you understand, this body and mind is an instrument of God. All actions are being done by God, for God, by God. Live in that way. That is called enlightenment. This moment, not next moment. Sri Ramanuja calls it a prapatti, life surrender to God. Is it and shortest way to God realization. This
Thank you.
moment it can happen, not tomorrow. Why? Please tell me, what are you doing in your life? So I do this, I do this, I do sadhana. What sadhana you're doing? Are you beating your heart? Are you breathing your lung? Are you speaking your tongue? Do you know how the brain works? None of the internals of the body we don't. For action to happen, your brain has to function. Do you know how your brain functions? When you lift your hand, how much blood flows into the hand? We don't. Do you know? Then what are we doing? What are we claiming? Or who operates through our body-mind complex, consciousness. It is for God's sake we are doing all the work. We are just servants of God, instruments of God.
Yes. Yes, Guruji.
Worship. There is no worship, there is no karma. And we are not attached to result because everything is given by God as prasadam. There is no disturbance in the mind. Is that not mukti, liberation?
Yes, Guruji.
Huh?
Yes, Guruji.
Is there anything simpler than this? Tell me.
I don't think so, Guruji. I don't know.
So, live your life for Atmanu Mokshatam Jagadidaya. Jagadidaya means service to God. Okay. Atmanu Mokshatam, little bit Nana, whatever you can get, keep listening. Shravana, Manan, Nidhyasa, you continue. Do not expect for a dead end, a result. Your life will smoothly be transformed. Our problem is we want a specific result, specific action, specific enlightenment. All those are buzzwords.
Mhm.
Life should be dedicated to God. Jagaditaya. Your life should be understanding yourself. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa. If you make it as an examination, I passed my MA examination this day. Enlightenment is not like that. Enlightenment is a deeper inner transformation happens without you knowing it. The moment you know it, moment you try to evaluate it, you're stuck.
Okay.
A life dedicated to service. Jagaditaya. Atmano Mokshartam is the simplest way. Atmano Mokshartam is Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa. To whatever extent you can do. It's not amount of volume you do, how much you do. No. Be in that.
Okay.
So if you're looking for enlightenment as a day, enlightenment as an event, it will never happen.
Mhm.
It's a process. It's a way of living. When you do life surrender to God, there's no doership, there's no enjoyship, there's no knowership. Everything is God. Then whose karma we are speaking of? Whose liberation we are speaking of? Then Atma Vichara, who am I? Then I realize that I don't have individual existence at all. God only is there.
Yes. Mhm.
Anything simpler than that you can think of?
No, Guruji.
See, our problem is we want to make enlightenment as an event.
Yes.
Enlightenment as a specific action. It's not. It's a lifestyle. Enlightened way of living. Progressively, mind becomes free from all disturbances. That's why called fire. Emotional disturbance will come down. frequency of emotional disturbance comes down. Interval between emotional disturbance comes down. Recovery will happen faster. So that's all is enlightenment. If you are thinking of enlightenment as something else, I don't know about that. Don't make enlightenment as an event.
Okay, Guruji.
Enlightened living make as a lifestyle. Atmana mokshatam jagadhyaya.
Okay, Guruji.
Any questions on that?
Thank you, Guruji.